Assalamu alaikum students, we are here with our new chapter number 5, a different kind of school from your CBSE book. Okay. Now can you tell me how can a school be different? But this is a different kind of the school and Miss Beam is the principal of the school. Now can you see Miss Beam? I have managed a little picture of Miss Beam. So Miss Beam is what? She is middle aged. Okay, she looks middle aged means she is not of a very big age, neither she is very small, neither she is very old, okay, like me. And she is full of authority. Authority means she has got full control. Okay, authority means she has got full control, complete control. And she's got complete control and she's very understanding, and yet she, in spite of having authority, she's kindly and understanding. She is of a very kind nature and she has an understanding nature. Her hair is beginning to turn grey, like beginning to turn grey means it's becoming white, and she is plump, so you can see her figure like this. She is a bit fat, okay, and she is something who would like to make you to be comforting to a homesick child. A homesick child is a person who is wanting to be home. Now children, there are some, apart from the meanings given on the side of your books, there is a exercise which is there in your notebook, so in your textbook. So I'm not giving you all the complete meanings, that we will find out then and there itself. Okay. Now what is the speciality of the school? She said that somebody had heard about her that she has got very simple teaching methods. This is the beautifulness, this is the beauty of the school. Now what is the real aim of the school? She says the real aim of the school is not so much to teach thought as to teach thoughtfulness. Thoughtfulness means to be caring, to be loving, to have values such as kindness and being a responsible citizen. So this is one slide which is showing you that apart from the learning methods that we have in school, you have got addition, multiplication, subtractions, you have got your SSTs, you have got your other subjects, but more important is, see here, thoughtfulness, to be a responsible citizen, helping an elderly person cross the road, or just holding his hand and making him buy anything. That is more important, she said. This is a very important part of our system. And then she says, later on she keeps on saying, so why the school is different? Why the school is different, she's saying, as you saw in the first picture, that there was a student with a blindfold. Okay, so you saw in the first picture that was a student. Can a school be like that? No, there are all the other students, there are all everybody else is there who is physically fit and fine, but there are some students who are like that. So there is something different in the school. So what is the difference? She is telling us in the next few lines. Now what she's telling, this is a very important part of our system, that to make our children appreciate, to make them realize, to make them understand misfortune. Misfortune is something, make them realize and understand what misfortune is, and make them understand to share misfortune. Now what is this misfortune? Now misfortune can be in different ways. It can be, for example, it can be in different ways. Like here, see, this can be a misfortune, not being able to see, not being able to speak, having your leg forever, having your leg being cut off forever, or some person who is not able to hear at all. So she says that we make our children understand through misfortune that you have to have a care for this. You have to be caring about these things. So that is why what she has done, she has That is what she has done. She has made a day in the school. Okay, she has made a day in the school. That is why she has made a day in the school where each term every child has one blind day, one lame day, one injured day and one dumb day. So, here this is the picture. Now, here see this picture, in this picture it is telling us, now the children will tell us which days are very difficult. One child says, I think the blind day is very difficult, it is the worst. One says the blind is the worst day, the blind day is the worst day. One child says the dumb day is very difficult because what you have to do, you have to exercise your willpower. Your mouth is open but you have to exercise your willpower. मतलब आपको control करना है कि हमें बोलना नहीं है. Okay. The other day one student says that I love hopping. One student says, oh, it is fun. One student says it is fun hopping on the crutches. Okay. जैसे हम लोग लंगड़ी खेलते हैं ना, hopping on the crutches. So, every student has a different thing. One says being blind is so scary. Being blind is scary. One student says that. Okay. And one student says, I wouldn't mind being deaf for a day, deaf for a day. One student says, I wouldn't mind being deaf for a day. So, in this way the children learn that you have to have the same misfortune to understand that misfortune. So, that is why when the visitor who had come to visit her, when he says, okay, now I am sorry, I am after all I didn't understand your school system, but when I didn't understand your school system, but when I saw it, I felt it is one of the best system. What did he say? It is the best system to make students realize, and that is why what she says? She says, then there is something in my system after all. When you run a system or you run an educational system, you have to be aware of many things. It shouldn't be just about teaching, it should be teaching values, very important, teaching values and learning to cope with misfortunes. Okay, this is what, because life is full of hits and misses. Okay, like life is full of good and bad things both. गुड को ऑपोजिट बैड ज़रूरी है. ज़िंदगी इसी से लाइट डार्क, ब्यूटिफुल अगली, सब चीज़ साथ में चलनी है. सो इट यू हैव टू लर्न टू कोप विद एवरीथिंग. नाउ इन दिस लास्ट स्लाइड आई वुड लाइक टू टेल यू अबाउट दीज पीपल who had a misfortune in their life. This is Sudha Chandran. She is a celebrated TV actress and a dancer. She doesn't have a leg she doesn't have a leg and she has an amputated leg. She has an artificial leg that has been put for her. She still dances, okay, and she must be 55 years old now. She's still practicing dancing. Then this is Helen Keller, who was born deaf, dumb and blind, and she was the first person to graduate, to complete her graduation as a blind woman. And this one is Anand. And as I told you, this was Sudha Chandran, this is Helen Keller, and this is Girish Sharma, who had lost his leg when he was quite young. He was 2 years old, I suppose. But see him. Can you see the picture without, like, can we imagine anybody doing this? So never think that anything is impossible, because it is Allah who makes anybody and everybody to do something, and he has won many laurels for India. So in the end, this chapter teaches us that misfortunes will come. Misfortunes is a part of everyone's life. And you have to deal with it. And Allah has, subhanahu wa ta'ala, has said a very beautiful ayah on this, man la yarham la yurham. जो किसी पर रहम नहीं करता उस पर रहम नहीं किया जाएगा. So always have empathy for everyone. Okay, so I hope you have understood this chapter. Happy learning.